Say the word, say the word. Say the word, goodbye. Say the word and we can run around the earth and around the sun. Say the word and we can stay together about that better place. And I know you're healing, 'cause I know the feeling. The streets stop breathing. I don't wanna let you sail. Say the word, say the word.
Okay, do you hear me? I think we're good to go. I'm just watching the music volume so you can actually hear me well. Okay then. Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost done and you will be able to see the game. But for the moment, you will actually stay a bit in the overlay. Just 2 more seconds. Okay, we're almost done. I think the video is doing well. Okay then. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and we are back with the Nukestan. As I promised to you, I will do this country on the lives, so you will actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so we are going to the issues. Okay then. My God. Okay then, now we're actually going to see what are the issues. With suicide by train incidents in Nukestan, stations becoming disturbingly common. Commuters and rail companies are irritated by the impact of their day-to-day activities. Someone must be blamed for the loss of industrial efficiency that these suicides have cost us. The director of the state railways comments frankly. These incidents are inconvenient, and handling them requires a lot of time and effort, and the time is of course money. It's not right that these people get away with disrupting state productivity, as well as the travel arrangements for our toiling workers. I humbly suggest that their families should be held accountable and arrested. It's only fair. I have places to go and things to do, and as you commuter events in an interview with Nukestan City News, which playing on the office television. Okay.
It's getting me in trouble, baby, and I can't break away.
I see it's something about the trains. Suicide by train accident becoming commuters. Okay, so it's about people that commit suicide actually by trains. So the first one is something against suicidal, the second is just angry commuter,
take it easy.
Okay, this one seems the best. So, people who try to kill themselves shouldn't be punished for being ill, and neither should be families of victims of suicide. Your Minister of Health, Cindy Abbott, entered specially. Being suicidal is often a sign of mental illness or depression, and our government mustn't stop to punishing families for having sick relatives. We ought to focus on suicide prevention rather than hounding these families for money, and we will save a lot of lives through education and extending a helping hand to those who need our support. That is actually very true, because if somebody is suicidal, it's not the best to punish him, it's actually to help him. Okay then, we are going to go with this one. Excuse me for 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm back. We'll start again soon.
Fading it too slowly. Were those gonna lift me up this time? You were the only one who got me tripping up inside. All the words you told me, am I reading something different from your eyes?
Okay, so the next issue. Dorothy Terwilliger lies immobilized in a hospital bed, unable to move. She has end-stage cancer and wishes to end her struggle against death. However, laws prevent her doctors from obeying her wishes. Dorothy and her family are campaigning for a Dying with Dignity bill to change the situation. She implores the government to legalize euthanasia. I understand this is a very difficult time for the people, says freelance medical writer Tim Saja. But the solution is not to let our medical system slide down the slippery slope of killing people in pain. We must cure, not kill. This is not the right time for euthanasia. I agree, but go further. There is never a right time for euthanasia, says Bishop Beavis Emin. The lives we lead are given to us by the grace of God, and He decides when they end. It is not for us to question God's divine purpose, no matter how old this could up it may seem. Hospitals have requested that they be allowed to pay people for donating blood and other bodily organs such as kidney. Okay, this is better. We remain critically short of blood, plasma and various organs, says Nukestan 1 Hospital Administrator Matt Barrow. Especially hearts. A good heart is hard to find, but we were allowed to pay for donations. We'd get more of them and could save more lives. Plus a donor takes some a few hundred nukes in compensation. I remember when I made nukes, I made nukes the national currency. Unless it's a post-modern donation, of course, I guess we pay the family. Great idea, says social commentator Sir Grant, except for a thing. You know who's going to be selling their organs? Poor people. They'll be so different for a family that they say their own kidneys. Well, kidney. This is just another way for the rich to buy themselves a better life at the expense of the poor. It must be allowed. I actually consider that as long as you are able to survive, it's okay to actually donate some organs. So it is not mandatory, so whoever wants to can sell their organs. Okay, let's see what's around here. I have gained the banner Winset, which is for address 6 issues. Okay, so combine a healthy populace, civil rights and an excellent environment. Develop clever citizens. So we have clever citizens. Mesozoic Park, okay. A wealthy industrialist has come to the government asking for support with building a massive theme park in a remote island of the Nukestanian coast, stocked with dinosaurs. Okay. Evolution and National Section selected this creature for extinction with a reason. This gift work among a mathematician. And what right do you have to play God? Gee, the lack of humility before nature's that's being displayed here staggers me. If there's one thing that history has taught us, is that you can't control nature. The park is doomed to fail. Well, there it is. Maybe we can control these animals, interjects the pin-sized owner of exotic restaurant Big Mall. But we sure can eat them. Stegosaurus meat, Brachiosaurus spider, Microphacephalosaurus meba, the list goes on. Allow us to find one new of these species, the harmless ones only. Of course, and we went up with Nukestania's third planet. It seems with nephew Jimmy standing over a list to get a closer look at the planet. I've always wanted a pet Maxolosaurus. I've been thank for walking and he can sleep in the end of my bed. And I'm sure Dennis and his pet snake who's the best. I should be a voice actor. Okay, so we're actually going with the park. And our sexually starved male dinosaurs terrorize tourists during weekly breakouts from Mesozoic Park. I guess it was not such a good plan, but look, our economy has those, which is very good. Children as young as 8 have been spotted gambling in some of Nukestania's CDR casinos. Okay. So in this one, we either let child to gamble, either we ban the casinos. And I think it's better to go with social activist Amelia Norris's outrage. Gambling needs to be outlawed immediately. It's no wonder children are becoming sucked into the vice with others setting up, for example. Gambling is a stain of Nukestania's international reputation and it must be stopped. Oh damn, I have just destroyed my economy just with 2 issues. Okay, now we have gained the city of Sticks, very interesting. Very good. Excuse me just a second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Excuse me, but I am actually kind of sick and you know how it is. Okay, so I will actually show you something very cool, but I have to put you on the hold for a little longer. Okay, so I will actually this is like a mini game in the nation states game. It's actually, how to say, it is like a gift for the 10th anniversary of nation states. See? Okay, so now we can see that it's a challenge. And in challenge, you actually challenge other nations to see who has the better statistics. So it's like statistics war with custom nations. So we can see that we can matchmake with another nation that has 5 losses, so we have a chance. So we can see in the round 1 it will be averageness. Okay, so we have lost, and averageness actually means white census staff took time out to pay tribute to those most overlooked of nations. The determining the average. Okay, so he has 1 point. Civil rights. We have more civil rights. The citizens of nations ranked highly enjoy a great amount of civil rights or freedom to go about their personal business without interference or regulation from government. Okay, so we actually are tied, and we have lost at tourism. We do not have enough tourism. World census expects track millions of international tourists in order to determine the world's favorite nations to sightsee. Okay, we have a lot of public transport. I mean, it has 0 public transport. World census experts captured, tagged, and released train in order to identify which nations have the most expensive well-funded public transportation system. I love how they are treating trains like wild animals. It says captured, tagged, and released, like they were like wild animals. Okay, so they have defeated us in economy and they have won the game. Sadly. But it's okay, I mean, we can still play. So we're going to reload the matchmaker. Oh no, we are not going to fight against them. It even says, your level is 6 lower than typical stuff, which will make this challenge almost impossible. It will take a miracle. So I'm not actually going to fight people. Okay, the Kingdom of Radioactive. Very good. It says that I'm rated, but they already have 1 loss like us. Okay, so we both have 1 loss. It's not quite sure who is going to win. Okay, so you see, in this challenge, even the negative things matters. So I have 1, not because I have less obese population, but because I have more obese population. So sometimes this game is kind of weird, to be honest. Okay, no, I remember I have just unlocked gambling. No. Okay, so I have almost won the weaponization one. Culture. Come on, we are captured. No, we were so close. Okay, so we need another one. So yes, another way to actually make your country stronger in this game is to address the issues and to play against the colony of the Grand Valley. Okay, so they have 1 losses, we have 2. WA endorsements. So we need to have 1, so this is equal. Okay, we are the safer nation. Tested the firmness of household objects, the softness of charging for equipment, and the survival rate of people taking weight, rate walks to determine how safe each nation is to visit. Well, yes, I mean, the best way to determine is if a country is dangerous is to walk at night. I mean, yes. Social conservatism. Citizens in nations ranked highly tend to have greater restrictions based on what they may do in their personal lives, whether by a community values or government imposed try the more liberal countries here. Average income. The white census carefully compared the average spending power of citizens in each nation, so they have a higher average income. Okay, so they are more inclusive and we have less people, which is very good. Okay, Nukami, this is all I have time for today, unfortunately, but hopefully I will see you after. I will see you soon. Until then, Nukami, send